Hey everyone, this video is going to be about the astrological cycles. Most astrologers ignore them, don't really find them important, or don't even know they exist. I find them to be very important and very accurate. As you can see here on the chart, this is how a cycle is defined. When you were born, all of the planets were in a certain degree and minute of a certain sign. After you were born, obviously the planets just keep moving. And so as you can see here, we have Venus. And so after we're born, Venus will go all the way around, all through all the different signs, and then come back to where it was when we were born. And when Venus reaches the exact degree and minute of where it was in our birth chart, that's actually a chart. We cast a chart for that exact moment. And I'll give you I'll give you another chart here. Okay, so when a baby is born, the first cycle it's going to experience is the lunar cycle or the moon cycle. This is about a month or 28 days. In the first year of that baby's life, all it receives are the lunar returns. It's not until that baby turns 1 year old that the sun will make it back to where it was when the baby was born, and then that child receives his or her first solar return. Mercury and Venus also last about a year, 11 months, 13 months. They don't happen on our birthday the way the sun does, but these three are all 1 year cycles. So as we go through life, we experience more and more cycles as they occur. So when someone turns 2 years old, they experience their first Mars return. When someone reaches 4.5 years old, they experience their first Ceres return. At 12 years old, we experience our first Jupiter return. And then the big one, which most astrologers actually acknowledge is important, is our Saturn return. Most astrologers will say, well, when you experience your first Saturn return, there's always some kind of issue in your life involving responsibility. I agree with that. I've seen that in a lot of cases. But I believe we have to cast a chart for these returns. And I've been looking at those planetary return charts for many years now, and I can tell you that they're very accurate. They're very interesting. And then I just put on here a Uranus return at 84 years old, but you know, that's so far in the distance for most of us. Even if we live that long, I'm not sure how important a Uranus return is. But anyways, I'm going to show you the astrological chart of NBA basketball player LaBron James. And so here are the planets when he was born. And I want you to look at Jupiter. It's at 21 degrees, 12 minutes of Capricorn. And so I went ahead and cast his Jupiter return, the latest one, which occurred, and we can look up here, it occurred at March back in 2020. But you can see Jupiter here, again, it's at 21 degrees, 12 minutes. Very important that Jupiter went all the way around and came back. And in 2020, when it reached that exact point, this is where the planets were on that day. Unfortunately, I can't interpret this chart because these return charts are dependent on where you were in that moment when the Jupiter return occurred. I don't know where LeBron James was on March 10th, 2020. It's not that big a deal, but in the future, we're going to be looking at return charts and what they mean in your life. And so I just wanted to explain the cycles and talk about how we will be discussing this in the future. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.